So as Ron mentioned on his graphic up there where the Yellowstone Club and Spanish Peaks and how the interrelations happen, it looks like it's pretty benign. It's a red line around the district and a red line around Yellowstone Club, but honestly, we intermingle very strongly. As you saw, there's pipes coming from the district that come into the Yellowstone Club. The 30 million gallon pond breach was 25 million gallons of Big Sky's water. So we interlace that way. We interlace with fresh water as well. So just a point of reference, my water and sewer operators work with Ron's water and sewer operators every week. They're dialed in together. Yellowstone Club, everyone wants to know about the Yellowstone Club. You saw the boundary that Ron pulled up. I don't have a good mapping program like Ron has, but this is our master plan. It was approved in 1999. These green areas you see here, can I point with this? Oh yeah. Yeah. I just can't. These green areas you see here are already developed, entitled through the county. These yellow areas are in conservation easement right now. These other areas are open land. This is primarily our ski hill here. And these purple areas are development potential areas where we're going to finish out our master plan. Yellowstone Club was approved. This master plan was approved in 1999. It was approved for 864 memberships, which is kind of a strange number, but it revolves around water. I'll get to the next slide here on numbers. There are a mix of developments, single family homes up here. You got single family homes here. We have a huge multifamily project going in right now. Some single family homes here. We're probably about 50-50 single family to condo. Kind of a brief history. Again, we were kind of approved in 99 for development. They were skiing on it for a while. Building facilities is kind of the start. A big bankruptcy right here, which isn't, this is a marketing piece, so you have to bear with us here. It's not, it doesn't show the trials and tribulations of the Yellowstone Club, but new ownership with Cross Harbor right in here out of the bankruptcy, which has been a good thing. You know, the family had the vision and brought it to a certain level, but our corporate structure now is actually really getting it done on the tail end. Everybody wants to know about membership growth. I referenced the 864, and the 864 is the number that's in our master plan. Currently, we have 578, so we're getting really close to finishing this project up. Yellowstone Club does have an end. It's not just going to keep growing forever and keep building and developing. That 864 is kind of sacred. We would never go back to the county and ask them for more density units because, yeah, you're going to remember this, aren't you, Jim? Because we've sold all of our memberships that way. We've sold the experience of the Yellowstone Club. We've sold the ski experience, the restaurants, the no lift lines, and adding to that would diminish what they bought into initially. So we are getting to the end of that project. Huge amount of construction going on right now up in the Yellowstone Club. This is a $300 million project, 550,000 square feet. It's staggering. Probably the biggest project in the history of Montana, I'd be willing to guess, if not size-wise, definitely financially wise. It's underway right now. If you want to come up there and take a look, just give me a call. I'll tour you through this. It's actually bigger than this even today. This is a slide I used for that community development thing that we did the other day. GE Johnson's a contractor. They're building this out. They're out of Colorado. A lot of work in Vail. They have a long history of doing big projects in resorts. It is. It's a lodge. It's three stories of underground parking, and then a big plaza level with commercial restaurants. We don't have like retailers up there, so we do our own retail, but ski shop and locker room and spa and all that. This Warren Miller Lodge, if you've ever seen Yellowstone Club, is 150,000 square feet to kind of put it in context. The 550 includes the parking garage underground as well. And then above that, first level will be 48 condo units to kind of pay for it. Here's a rendering of that facility right here. So just big mountain development. Similar, almost exactly the same as Big Sky Water and Sewer, because I mean we're not talking about necessarily condos at Yellowstone Club, but how we handle our process, it's the same way. We pump water out of the ground, store it in about 1.5 million gallons worth of storage up there in underground tanks, serve it to the public. We treat it to the same level that Big Sky Water and Sewer treats to. We store it. This is the now infamous pond, and this is the side that was whole. And we spray irrigate our golf course as well. So this pond is so big, we generate only, like Ron was saying, numbers and stuff, we only generate about 20,000 gallons a day right now. And at our peak build out, we're really only going to generate about 20 million gallons a year. So the district currently goes through about 135 a year. At our full build out, we'll go through about 20. And our golf course irrigates about 25 million a year, as Ron showed on that slide. So we take district's water, we take our water that we generate, we combine them in this pond right here and water our golf course. But as Ron mentioned, our golf course only has so much capacity to take on wastewater, same as Spanish Peaks and the golf course here. We are building a new wastewater treatment plant right now. Our traditional systems have been that everyone has septic tanks on their individual lots. And so they hold the solids on their side of the equation. With that big building that I showed you before, it forced the hand of creating our own SBR. So as Ron was showing you these basins and stuff, we're building these basins right now. And this plant has the ability to take on the solids. So you don't have to have, for a 550,000 square foot building, you'd have to have, 200,000 gallons worth of septic tanks. And of course that takes up land and everything else. So we're building this. It'll treat to the same level we're treating today. It'll just be able to handle the solids. So that'll be up and running in February. What we do as a development on conservation, we're the same, a lot of the same similarities as Big Sky. We didn't have any water meters on anything when I got there. And I put a big program in play to get all connections metered. We do summer irrigation restrictions as the district does as well on the conservation side. Our architectural guidelines dictate drought tolerant landscapes, and we do cap water use through design. So we won't let a house go under construction without a landscape design that meets the capped water use, which I think right now is 405 gallons a day. Strange number again. We like weird numbers. We do have a graduated water use billing structure for heavy users. We tax them. Sometimes it's a deterrent. Sometimes with our clientele, not so much. And we do have annual leak detection efforts as well on the program all the time. And then Ron and I are working on this on the weekends. So this is something, if we get this done, then we can all disband.
Getting close.
Yeah, we're getting close.
You make dehydrated beer.
It takes water to make that happen.
We have the brewer here today, so thank you